Hello, travel biz owner. Welcome to my corner of the travel industry, the Strategic Travel Entrepreneur Podcast. If you're ready to have fun, be inspired, get clarity, and take action in your travel business, then you're in the right place. Let's jump in. Hi, friends. Rita here. Happy Friday. If you're listening to this on Friday. Bear with me as I nerd out a little bit on the Barbie movie. Now, I have not myself seen the Barbie movie, but if you've been around these blocks with me for a while now, you know how I love putting real world situations and sharing them and kind of showing you why it worked for that scenario and how you can adapt it for your own travel business. And I have been thinking about the Barbie movie a lot, because I will say, and this is I feel like very, very symbolic to what a lot of people might think about travel agencies and travel businesses, is that when the Barbie movie, and this is my own personal story, when the Barbie movie first was announced, I was instant eye roll. I thought it was going to be so hokey and so cheesy and so dumb and whatnot. And that's how a lot of friends and family feel or think about us when we say we're starting a business or a travel business or we're going to be a travel agent and book travel. A lot of us think, or a lot of the people around us think that's dumb, that's silly, that'll never work. And lo and behold, Barbie proved us all wrong. And I'm happy that Barbie did prove us all wrong. So, what can we take away from, and there's a couple of major points that I saw that I feel cross over really well to the travel business and how you can be successful in your marketing efforts with your travel business. Now, Barbie, first and foremost, Barbie's been around for years, for decades. And so that is something that a lot of us in the travel industry do not have. So that had a leg up. There was a nostalgic feeling. So maybe you haven't been around for decades, but there's been certain countries, destinations, experiences that have been around for decades. And Barbie kind of made the world of Barbie brand new to those of us that grew up with Barbie and those of us, and those little ones that are now growing up in this new era of Barbie. So while we haven't been in business long enough, a lot of the things that we're selling are timeless. So really honing into that timeless factor, what are the values? What are the things? What are the factors? What are the commonalities of the type of travel that you sell that really resonates? And I'm not talking about, there's a king bed, there's a balcony. I'm not talking about features. I'm talking really about what the intrinsic thing, the intrinsic object, that the intangible object is about the type of travel that you sell that resonates with the people that you serve. Because when I think of Barbie, yes, she had a million different outfits, but it wasn't the outfits that were the cool part. It was really that Barbie could do anything, be anything that she wanted. So taking into that, and especially if we're thinking about a higher end, a premium client or a luxury client, it's not that they want first class tickets and suites and all that. It's that they want comfort and that they want options and that they want exclusivity. So how can you sell that and bring it back to whatever it is the product that you are selling and the people that you are serving? So that's one way to connect it, is utilizing and really leaning in on that nostalgia, but moreover that, the things that really motivate us as human beings. Because I'm planning a trip with my partner this fall, and I really want a king bed, But why is it that I want a king bed? It's that extra space. It's that extra comfort. It's that luxury of having, again, the extraness. It's not really the king bed itself. It's the things that the king bed can give you that people gravitate towards. Barbie also really knows their demographic. Like, really knows their demographic. And this is going to be kind of partnered up with the other, and something that I talk about a lot. Barbie had partnerships up the wazoo. And I mentioned that Barbie knew who their demographic was first because you need to know the people that you are serving first so that you know, where do they shop? Where do they eat? What products are they really liking? What brands are they really loving? And once you know that information, then you know exactly where you can go to pitch partnerships and partnership opportunities. So, and also the color pink. Like, there is, the color pink is the hot color of the summer right now because of Barbie, because it's synonymous of Barbie. So thinking of yourself, it doesn't have to be physical appearance, but when I think of like Barbie branding and how Barbie has nailed their branding with the pink, what is it about your brand that people obviously, like, instantaneously can identify with? Like, that is so-and-so's travel brand, and I know it because of X, Y, and Z. What are also the feelings that are associated with the branding that you have? And yes, branding does have to do a lot with your visuals, your graphics, your colors, your fonts, and all that. But branding also has to do with the experience that you give to your people. And, you know, when I think of playing Barbies, it was really that opportunity to create a story and to tell a story in the way that I wanted to create a story with a Barbie doll, with the different options that I had, either as a playscape, you know, like the Barbie Dream House, the Barbie Mustang, and all that. So thinking about that as far as branding. So a point for your branding and having your branding on point, not just visuals, also the experience. But again, going back to the demographics, they had to know who they were serving before they could even plot out any of this other stuff, any of their experience and any of their visuals and all that. So it's timeless that pink has been used for as long as I know to be synonymous with females, feminine, women, girls, that type of energy. So of course there would be pink everywhere. And so I have a couple of the partnerships. I pulled up a couple of the articles with all the partnerships that Barbie had because I wanted you to see like how it related to the demographic that Barbie was serving. And yes, I am a total nerd and I totally geek out about this stuff because I feel like you need to be like, it's one thing for me to say you need partnerships. It's another thing for me to be like, Barbie exploded because they spent so much money and effort in all these brand collaborations. And that's one of the reasons that Barbie was so successful in the box office, not even counting like, from what I've heard, Barbie is a really great movie and it has a really great message. But the success of Barbie was due to all the collaborations, all the press that they had. Like, that marketing team worked up the wazoo. So when you're thinking of doing bigger and better things in terms of marketing, I think Barbie's a really great case study to look at. So, and I hope I don't butcher this name. It's called Base. Base are these luxury suitcases that they made into pink suitcases that they had, like, I guess, a pink suitcase collection. That was one of the collaborations, which that is perfect for the travel industry. But, you know, those hardcover cases have been like all the rage for at least the past 5 years. And we all know that travel kind of exploded, especially this year. So, and you know that people who do a lot of travel planning, because a lot of us are in the business, are typically female or feminine energy. And so that was an amazing collaboration to, again, put that pink out, put that branding out, but in a different way that wasn't necessarily a Barbie doll. Then there's also the store Primark that had a capsule collection with different clothing items, and it looks like accessories as well. Smash and Tess, I believe, is a Canadian company, and they also had a Barbie collection. Jewelry, Annie and Ani, they did a Barbie collection. This is really cute. There's like a charm that has like a floating flamingo, one of like the flamingo pulleys on it. There is a Barbie limited edition jacket by, who is this? Cotton On USA. They do hoodies, tanks, tops, and bottoms. Burger King did something with like a pink sauce, which doesn't really look amazing. It kind of looks a little gross now that I'm looking at it. But the point is that they got it out there, and it looks like it was actually only available in Brazil. So that's the other thing, like thinking big. It wasn't just a USA campaign. It was a worldwide campaign to bring Barbie back to life. Joybird is known for its responsibly sourced furniture. This is the first time I'm reading of this brand. And they've dropped one Barbie Dreamhouse themed collab that should have already come out. So it's furniture, and it's colorful furniture that you would expect there would be in a Barbie Dreamhouse. So you're seeing, like, when we're thinking about the demographic of Barbie, which is feminine, female, women, people who identify as women, it is all the things that, you know, a stereotypical feminine person would enjoy. Clothing, jewelry, luggage, because they're traveling the world. They're jet-setting the world. I'm not really sure if that Burger King is really the right fit, but it was something. Home, you know, home is something that's like super important to me, and making my home comfortable and look luxurious and amazing. Then there was the Barbie detangling hairbrush with Tangle teaser, and Barbie Crocs. So pink Crocs with like all the gems and stuff on it. There's a Barbie robe with a company called Barefoot Dreams, sorry. Then there's there's a lot of clothing collaborations. This one's with Boohoo. There's shoes. So there's a lot of shoe collaborations. Oh my gosh, I think this might be my favorite one. Pinkberry Barbie Land Berry Pink. It's a froyo that has a blend of strawberry and dragon fruit topped with dream sprinkles. How Barbie is that? So, and that is also something to note, is the variety of the collaborations that it matched with the demographic, but the variety. So you might not be a clothing person. I am not a clothing person, but you'll get me on that froyo, and you'll get me on that luggage. So where are your people hanging out at? Because they have varied interests. And so some may be very similar, and like, we don't like the clothes, but we like good stuff, and we like feeling comfortable at home. There was a collaboration with Fossil, Forever 21. My fellow millennial growing up peeps, it is, wow, like super nostalgic, which again, the nostalgia really pulls on the heartstrings and really pulls on the psychographics. I'm not sure what the noun is for that. There's a Barbie Dreamhouse candle. There was a collaboration with Gap. There's a dog collaboration. So when we're thinking of Barbie had her dream house. So that just makes sense that Barbie would have a candle. There would be a dream house candle. Same thing. I believe there were like little pets, like little pet sidekicks. So of course there would be some sort of pet collaboration as well. Fun Boy pool floaty collection. There's cute little underwear collection. Cold Stone Creamery also had a collaboration. What's this one? Peak cotton candy ice cream with graham cracker crust, dance party sprinkles, and whipped topping. So they're also pulling in parts of the movie. So when I'm thinking of like, you're promoting a trip to Italy, like it would make sense that you partner with a local Italian restaurant and do some sort of like kickoff celebration and describe the trip that you're going to so that you can get people immersed prior to that trip happening. It kind of makes sense that if you wanted to sell a trip to Alaska or a group to Alaska, maybe you get all sorts of like maple syrup goodies, taffy, maybe plushes, things from the wilderness, maybe like maple leaves or, like fake maple leaves or something to both get people in the mood, but also thinking and immersed in what they would be experiencing in the different destinations. And then also like thinking outside of like typical food. Maybe there's an event center. Maybe there is an exhibition that's coming to like the art museum that pertains to the destination that you're going to. It is really thinking so inventively and out of the box. And really like this is big picture thinking. Like when we are talking about thinking big and doing things differently and being unique, like Barbie, like I feel like the new mantra is, what would the Barbie marketing team do? Because they earned their dues over and over again. There was a Barbie Ruggable collection. Again, thinking about Barbie Dream House. There was a skate collection because, hello, we all know the skates. There was a hair collection. Aldo, more footwear. Oral care. There was even like Barbie toothpaste and a pink Barbie toothbrush. Hot Wheels did a collaboration. Rue 21, Swoon. Swoon is pink lemonade. My goodness. PacSun. Hallie Shade. What's Hallie? Oh, Hallie Shade. Hair care stuff. Moo Moo. This is all, bathing suits. Posh Peanut. It looks like really cute plush blankets that has little girls in this photo. And I'm like, I would like that blanket. What else? What else can I find? So those are some of the big partnerships and the collaborations that, Barbie and Bumble. That's funny. So if you didn't know, Bumble is a dating app. That is hilarious. No, you can't match with Margot Robbie or Ryan Gosling, but Barbie and Ken are doling out advice and encouragement via Bumble's Encounters feature. That's funny. And that is also an amazing collaboration, thinking outside of the box. Something else that I noticed, so huge collaborations out of the box, but also with your demographic and where your demographic naturally would be or would naturally gravitate towards. I am also now seeing in my Google as I'm doing some research, the social media. I know, now I didn't do this, but it was all over the social media, all the different Barbie backgrounds and how you could say this Barbie likes to travel. This Barbie only drinks mimosas on vacation. This Barbie, blah, 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 blah. And that was huge. Like, it got people who, and that's that's the demographic. Like, people want to be able to participate. They don't just want to be bystanders. And that was a way for people to be participating. So is this you creating certain graphics of, I'm going to the Bahamas next year with the so-and-so group, and you being able to share those graphics with the people so that people can insert themselves into their graphics and put them on their own social medias, which kind of spreads the outreach and the visibility of your business and the group that you're trying to sell. Get people involved. People clearly want to be involved, especially if it's the right demographic. So that kind of exploded, I feel maybe 6-ish months ago, and it's still going on with the whole, this Barbie likes to do this, and this Barbie likes to do that. And same thing with Kens. We also got the Kens involved. The other thing is that So Margot Robbie, who is one of the stars of the Barbie movie, and this is where it's, if you are committed to your success, I feel, where you are going to do a lot of things and you're going to do everything and you are going to be so immersed and you're going to also be a geek yourself about your marketing and what you're doing and things that need to happen so that you can promote the opportunities that you have specifically within the travel industry. Margot Robbie, I was hearing in the news, was dressing like different Barbies at all the premiere events. So she would have a different iconic Barbie outfit on the red carpet at each of the different red carpet events to help promote Barbie. And I thought that was also genius. Like, talk about, because she was not just an actor in the movie, she was also a producer in the movie. So she had like some skin in the game as well. And just like us as business owners, we have skin in the game. Like, if you are truly committed to your success, and I don't think dressing up differently, like, is that hard to do? But not even like thinking about dressing differently. What can you do? And like, what are you willing to do? Because it's not just what can you do. What are you willing to do? Because this also gets you out of your comfort zone. What are you willing to do to make sure that you are successful? And not only that you are successful, maybe successful quicker than you could have been, greater than you could have been. What are you willing to put in and do in order to get the success that you might be starving for right now? And I can very much relate, and it's very much a juggling game for me personally, because I have been dealing with a lot of my symptoms of my autoimmune disease, my Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which makes me more fatiguey and makes me tired and gives me brain fog, so I can't think as clearly, as kind of like what I'm reiterating to you here today. So there is some sort of balance, but it's also, when you're on, are you going to be fully on so that when you're off, you can kind of just take a break and rest and relax and rejuvenate yourself? So looking at my notes, Barbie appealed to the right demographic. It knew who its demographics were, the marketing team, and they went out for it. They were out, I would say like they were out for blood, but blood's the wrong word. They were out for your money. They were out for everybody's money. Margot Robbie, as like one of the, I would quote unquote call her one of the entrepreneurs behind this, how committed she was to the success, that she was changing her outfits at every turn, again, increasing the visibility of the Barbie movie and increasing people talking about the movie as well and getting people excited for the experience. The social media backgrounds, partnerships up the wazoo. Not only was it marketing, but, and that's where I like to say, like, it's twofold. Like, once they have found you, once they have pulled the trigger in booking a trip with you, now you have to deliver a stellar experience. And from what I have heard, again, I have not seen the movie yet. I kind of wanted to wait for the crowds to die down a little bit. But most of what I have heard is that Barbie delivered an exceptional experience with a timely message, and it resonated with a lot of people. And a lot of people were not expecting how moved they were going to be by watching this movie. And I just, like, that brings me back, like, talk about nostalgia. That brings me back to about 2 years ago when I went on my first trip that I would say semi-post-pandemic on a river cruise on the Rhine River. Sailing on the Rhine River had been a dream bucket list venture that I had wanted to do. And like, so hyped up. So you could say like the Barbie team like hyped up this Rhine River cruise, and being able to sail through, you know, the Rhine Gorge with all the castles was everything I could have hoped for and more. And so I know that like we are not the Rhine Gorge, but How can you deliver an exceptional experience? Are you partnering with people that can deliver exceptional experiences? Are you really tuning into what your clients want from you and the experiences they want? And again, like, what are those moving things that when they go on the trips that you plan, that they are just, it intrinsically moves them to like this state of pure bliss and happiness, where sometimes, especially in the case of myself, like it emotionally moves us because it is kind of like almost like a nirvana type feeling, like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know that this could be possible. I think like that nirvana type feeling and the like really pulling at the heartstrings feeling is really why I think Barbie keeps being successful, the movie specifically, because it just delivered on such an amazing experience combined with the messaging, combined with the branding. Like you were immersed in this world that you were probably immersed like 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago, and like being brought back into it and all the possibilities that Barbie gave, and with new messaging and new light in this movie, kind of like really in that immersive aspect. So thinking that not only does the marketing have to be on point, but so does the experience that you deliver, because if that experience flopped in the theaters, we would be hearing all sorts of poop about Barbie movie. And I personally have not heard much of that. I think like there's been a little bit of negativity, but it's not that much. And then also, combining with the experience of just what the Barbie movie delivered, there were doll boxes in the movie theater, again, increasing the visibility of the Barbie movie. So I think of like the doll boxes as, do you have welcome gifts for your clients? Is this like group shirts? Is this group bags? Is this like notepads? Is this like something else, like something more mindful, more intentional? But like the doll box, or is this like, are you doing a step and repeat? Are you making people feel like fancy and walking down the red carpet as they join your group event or whatever it may be overseas? But I feel like that was just like the touch, the cherry on top, is that there were doll boxes at the theater. So you could, again, immerse yourself in the Barbie world, post it also over social media, and have the visibility of Barbie even come to the top. So thank you for geeking out with me a little bit on why I feel not why I feel like the numbers back it up as to how successful the Barbie movie was and why it was successful, and think like a Barbie marketing person. When you're thinking about your marketing, how can it be bigger? How can it be better? How can it be bolder? What types of people can you partner with that match with the demographic, that are complementary to the services that you offer? All right, we're going to get off Barbie, because kind of like along with this and like going to the next level and thinking bigger, I am super happy to announce that the Ascending in Your Travel Business Audio Summit is now live for pre-registration. It is my next audio series. So if you know about the Travel Tech Audio Summit, that is currently available for just $5 if you want to listen in on that. I had tech leaders within the travel space come and talk on that private podcast series. So this will be a private podcast series. So register so that you can get your own link. I have 5 stellar travel advisors, or people who support the travel advisor community, coming to talk about how they have ascended in their travel business. And if you've heard a couple of the episodes back, I talk about the 4 phases of the travel business, which is foundations, rinse and repeat, grow, and ascend. And ascend is really what I feel is like that CEO level role. So you're going to, and each, I just love it, because each of the interviewees gives a unique perspective on how they grew, and each one kind of comes from a different world. And I don't want to spoil too much, but we are getting down to like the nitty-gritty of the things that actually make a difference in your business and how you should be thinking big like a CEO so that you too can be successful and ascending in your travel business. So all the episodes, the 5 episodes plus a special a special like bonus episode for myself will be coming out on that private podcast series August 16th. It is free to pre-register, but once we start like listening in on the 16th, registration will be just $5. So it's a pretty simple registration process. Head on over to travelbiztraining.com to register. But if that link doesn't work, just go to the link in the show description and that will take you straight to there. Because I want us to be in this spirit of like really helping each other out. I will also be hosting a Ascending in Your Travel Business think tank, like a mentorship think tank. And you can register for that when you register for the audio series, and that will only be $10. It's going to be a 1-hour session on August 22nd from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. I will record it if you're not able to be there live, so at least we can grab all the amazingness from that session. And it's really going to be a small group session where we can utilize our combined brains to figure out like what should we be doing at this stage, whatever stage in your business, and brainstorm and come together and really think about the things and put in an action plan to place on what we can really do in our businesses to get to that next level. So I am so stinking excited about this audio series. Make sure to register. Make sure to tell all of your travel business friends about the audio series that's coming up, because I cannot wait for you to hear from all of these interviews. I am talking to Lori Gold, who many of you know from the Riviera Maya Facebook group. I'm also talking to Angela Hughes, who runs I always mess up the name, but she has Trips and Ships Luxury Travel. She has the Luxury Travel University, and she has that Luxury Travel social media marketing group on Facebook. I'm also talking to some powerhouses within the industry. So Dr. Tarika L. Haynes, she is the Ask to Travel Advisor of the Year, and I wanted to get into her brain a little bit. And then we have huge champion. He was running for the ASTA board this past couple of months. His name is Edward Jean, and we talked the episodes are under an hour, but we talked for probably a couple of hours after recording because we just vibed, and I cannot wait for you to listen in. And then one of my really great friends and colleagues with this industry, Jackie Williams, she actually just recently quit her full-time career to go full-time career in her travel business. So again, not trying to spoil too much of their stories and the different conversations that we have, but I cannot wait for you to listen in and hear the variety, but also the commonalities in their journey or in their viewpoints of being in the CEO level role in their businesses. All right, I will leave you with that. Please join us in the Ascending in Your Travel Business audio series. I will see you next week. Thanks for joining me on the podcast today. Remember to check out the show notes for all relevant links and resources from today's show. See you next time.